Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to the VET S.O.S podcast. Remember, you do not have to drown in the sea of transition. Grab that VET S.O.S Lifeline. We are here to help. Today, we are sitting down with Lindsey, Development Director of Heroes on the Water. You heard of this organization before on other episodes. Now we get to jump into their story directly from them. So grab your paddle as we start down the river. And I have my partner and partner in crime, my man Keith. I'm filling in for Sean right now because he's out there doing some amazing things for the podcast, for the network, for VET S.O.S, for the veteran community. So Sean, we out here. I'm keeping the seat warm for you, but don't worry, it's for you, brother. And Keith, how you doing today?
I'm doing awesome, man. I don't know if Sean's doing all that, but I mean, I think he's probably just sitting on a beach with a Mai Tai or something. But no, he's out there doing great stuff. But no, brother, it's awesome. I love the energy you bring, and yeah, Sean's gonna have to match that when he comes back. I'm just saying, like, he's gonna have to step it up. So
I'm
no,
gonna tell him he gonna need. Look, remember, warm water, key lime, and a pinch of Celtic sea salt or Baja sea salt. That's what gets me on that. You know, that's my 93 octane on booster.
I'll stick with just regular cup of Joe.
Oh man, so Laura, how you doing today? So I just want to, with a passion for supporting the how community, Laura uses her strong business acumen to spearhead development strategies and cultivate partnerships that provide purpose. She strongly believes in fostering individuals and community relationships to achieve donor goals while aligning with the how's mission and vision. How are you doing today, Laura? Greetings and happy day to you.
Thank you. Same. Yeah, I'm doing well. How about you?
Doing well, can't complain. Like I said, I got the warm water with the key lime. I'm ready. I'm energized. I'm ready to go.
Yeah. So I'm really excited to hear all about Heroes on the Water and what it does. But before we do, so normally, most of the people in our space are folks like of our own, right? The veteran community. And
Yeah.
so how did you tell us, how did you get into this veteran transition space, from where you came from?
Right. So I have a corporate background and I just honestly fell into it. I was doing a speaking engagement about content and marketing, and a woman walked up to me and she said, "Hey, I have a client that I think you would really enjoy and I think you could help them." And that was 10 years ago. And I started writing their blogs. And as I did, I started to learn more and more and more about the realities of what it's like to be a veteran, the realities of what a transition really looks like, how clueless I completely was about the entire process, right? Like there's what you think is going to happen. And then when you start to find these things out, you're like, oh, no. This is not really how I think this should go, right? I think we should do more and I think we should do better. And I also grew up in a family that loves to fish, and being outdoors was super healing for us. It was one of the few times we could really see my dad relax. And so I understood how important it was to be outside and use Mother Nature to heal. And, the fishing and then the kayaking piece was just a bonus for me. Like I started learning how to do that and it was awesome. And so here I am all this time later after, having various positions and learning more and more and more and just becoming more passionate about helping other people like me understand the realities of the situation and being able to make veterans and first responders aware of this opportunity that's super easy and super cool and amazing for everyone well, you don't even have to like to kayak fish, to be honest. It's just, you just have to like to come and hang out outside and hang with a bunch of other vets, right? So,
I could do that. I've been in a couple kayaks before. I've usually rolled all of them. So I'm kind of curious to get into that a little bit later. But for folks that are like, wait a second, kayak fishing veterans, like what's the deeper story that people usually kind of miss when they first hear about this program or scroll past a photo of a kayak in a sunset?
yeah. So, there's a couple of things. Our founder was an Air Force vet. He left us too soon, and he loved to fish. And he started with a group out at Brooke Army Medical Center, BAMC, who have always just been really open to rec therapy for their patients. And he and that group that I fondly call that ragtag group of kayak fishermen, right? Because they kind of were. They went out there and they took a bus of guys out, and they could see the difference in them from the time they went on the water to when they got off. And they're like, I don't really know what this is, but we've got something here, and let's see if we can't do more with it. Because Jim Dolan, our founder, was like, it's important to get them off the couch. And the other piece for him was it's really important to include the families. So we've always included families in our programs because, in our opinion, everyone served and everyone deserves the right to heal, right? Well, here all these years later, we now have an actual study where we partnered with Texas State University and rec therapists to provide us with a tool to let us know what the efficacy of kayak fishing is. And so I think that's what some people miss. Yes, it's easy and it is fun, and it is a great way to just relax and reconnect for a few hours on a Saturday. But it's also really healing and really powerful and proven. And so for us, I think that's what they're looking at it going, okay, yeah, that's really nice. But, and I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like, this is important for these people. This is important to fill that gap in healthcare, right? This is getting off the couch. It's not taking all the pills. It's, doing something that helps you get back into a community that I understand that is missed, and doing something that is positive and powerful and that your whole family can do.
Oh Lord, that's powerful because I know when I was in the transition out and like you said, sitting on the couch because I didn't know what I wanted to do. Right, I kind of lost a sense of purpose, if that make
Yes.
because I did
Hmm.
something for so long. I came in the military when I was very young, and I left when I wasn't very young. And I'm like, okay, what now? And I was stuck on the couch, looking at the TV, watching whatever shows. But I had a buddy. He said, "Hey, let's go for a hike." Went out. I'm a city guy. Like I'm from the city, so going out into the woods. I'm like, well, how far away on the road are we going? He said, we're going where there's no signal, and that was the best time I had because,
Mhm.
like you said, it's just something in the air, like just being in nature. It was giving me that internal energy back. He said, "Hey, have you ever thought about hugging a tree?" I'm thinking like he was being sarcastic, right? He's like, "No, hug a tree. It helps ground you." He said,
Yeah.
"Let's go in the water. It helps, like the energy. It changes you." And when I came out, so Keith, so Keith, you want to know why I'm so energetic right now? Before we started, I went to go hug a tree right outside my house. I said, "Let me get this energy going because I'm gonna
Go
be
touch
rocking
some
with
grass. I
Keith."
love it.
Yeah,
I believe it too. I believe
I
it.
I'll be
love
with
it.
Keith today, and we're gonna be speaking to some awesome people, especially Laura. So I just want to say thank you on the veteran side of just having your organization think of like how can we fit in to give another opportunity or another tool that they could be utilized instead of just going through the medication and stuff because that gets repetitive, but sometimes the nature is the healing for me, like that helped
Sure.
me, so I know
Yeah.
others.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It helps a lot. And the other thing I think is important, that I hear a lot because I am blessed that they tell us their stories, right? The community that we work with. And so you learn a lot just from really listening. And I know how difficult it is to try to talk about these things. I now understand way better than I ever did how silly some of the things we as civilians say to you. Sorry about that. We don't know any better. Um, and I know that veterans and first responders heal veterans and first responders. And if you want to go out and kayak fish and never ever talk, that is totally fine. And if you want to go out, we have chapters. We have 58 chapters around the United States that are volunteer led. And we have 10 therapeutic programs that work directly with the VA and the DOD and the rec therapist on site there to do what I fondly call is writing a prescription for kayak fishing. And so we want you to be comfortable and we want you to do what you want to do, right? But we also will encourage you, kind of like hugging the tree, right? Like this is the sort of thing you're just going to run right out and do. Like somebody's going to, this is going to help you. So we will encourage you. But if you want to just come and sit on the bank next to somebody and just chill, that's fine. We have people that come out there and they're like, this is the best nap that I get all week. So, so the kayaks are really stable. I know we mentioned that before. They're really stable. They're not that sit in, whitewater paddle adrenaline thing, even though I enjoy that and that's fun. That's not what we do. They're long and they're large and they're sit on top and they're very stable. And I mean, I can stand in one and rock back and forth like this. It won't tump over, Keith, so
Okay,
you'll be okay.
good,
Um,
good.
yeah,
So I can only
and
imagine like hooking a fish at the same time, and I'm going to roll over in that daggone
yeah,
thing. So
no, you don't. They're very stable, and we have chapters that fish in the ocean. We have coastal chapters,
oh wow,
so and they do it all the time. Um, so yeah, it's not just freshwater; it's also saltwater, and you
okay.
can go out and, like I said, do whatever makes you the most comfortable. It's just it's just an easy way to relax and reconnect with people and your family and our chapters do this once a month, so you can come back month over month. So, and there's nothing wrong with this. Don't get me wrong. I love all of our VSOs do great jobs, and we all work really hard. And some of them have like a week long hunting trip, for example. Well, I totally get that. I mean, that's a whole week. That's really cool if that's what you're into. Ours are shorter and recurring, so you can come back in April and May and June and come as frequently as you like. So
Nice.
that helps
And
too.
and so with that, what can folks expect? Like how do they sign up when they do? Like, do they just do you supply the gear? Like,
Yes.
what should they do?
Yes.
What should they expect?
All of it show up. So when you go to our website, we try to make everything as easy as possible. So it's all on the website. So you can go to the website and there's a place that says find a chapter under programs and you'll see a map. And all the blue dots are volunteer led chapters. Those are the ones that meet about once a month or more. We kind of leave it up to the volunteer group. Um, and you just hover over the dot that's closest to you and you shoot them an email. And you can also go and look, there's an events page and you can go and sign up for the event that's closest to you, and that's it. We provide you the kayak, the rod, the reel, the PFD, the paddle, lunch, like all of it. You just show up with some sunscreen, right? Like that'd be good to bring. Although they'll
Safety
have
first.
extra of that too. Yeah, the bait, like all of it. We do. That's what our donors and supporters do for our community is provide all of that, so you can just sign up and show up to an event and try it out.
That's all. And I was raised as a cat fisherman. Like that was my dad. He's a vet, and that like you said, like they find peace in doing this. And my dad's a 2-time Vietnam vet and a Marine, and he just that's his thing is fishing. So I grew up a cat fisherman though, like not busy fishing. Like you drop the line on the water and then you sit there for 3 hours and wait for something to hit. But all that to
Exactly.
say, like, do you have varying? I mean, I heard you do saltwater and freshwater. Do you also have like, hey, today this month we're going busy fishing and using lures, or this month we're going, hitting the cats that are just gonna you're just gonna put stink bait on there and throw it in there for 3 hours.
Yeah.
What's the
So
variety?
it's all over the place. So it depends on, so each of the chapters are very familiar with their local area and the local rules and regs because those are all different as well, state by state.
That's true. Yep.
Um, and they will just tell you, right? This is what it's this season, or you can, we can only do catch and release because of that, or that's because that's the way our chapter prefers it. And some of them are like, if you catch it, you keep it. We're not going to fry it up for you on site. Like we're not a restaurant, but you can certainly take them. So they all do what makes the most sense for their community and what they can do based on the state they're in and the time of year. And I know here in Texas where I live, especially on the saltwater side, there's a lot of changing rules that go on, right? Based on just trying to make sure that we don't overfish. So it's not a small task to keep up with, but the chapter
Sure.
leadership volunteers do that. And then we also have people that have been kayak fishing for a long time, and they come out and provide their guide services, basically. So if you've not ever done it or you're uncomfortable, they will connect you with somebody that's been doing it for a while and, buddy up so that you can feel really confident and calm. And because I mean, we do want you to really benefit from it and not be freaked out. So
Yeah, no,
yeah.
absolutely. So what do you think, Kings? You ready to bait up your pole and go out there and
I'm like, do I need a license? You know, because I'm like, I'm not a, I'm a city, I'm a city hardcore urban person. Where you like,
Yeah.
hey, let's go fishing. Now, I don't want to, like you said, so many rules because I'm in Texas as well. I didn't
Yeah.
realize there's so many rules, like you said. Like, wow, okay, you need to do this. You have to make sure that
I
you
believe
are
me.
not doing
Me
it
either.
off the
Yeah.
shore. You got to go downstream. You got to, you know, the time of day, high tide, low
The
tide. It's insane.
it it is a lot. You're right. Yeah, 'cause same. And the chapter volunteers will tell you, so in Texas, you as a veteran get a discount on a license. There are some states that let our chapters get a group license for the event, right? Texas isn't one of them that I'm aware of, but it's my understanding that there's some noise about changing all of that, and I'm like, "Look, I can only keep up with what's going on right now, barely." Um, but the chapters know. They know exactly what you need, and it'll be when you go to the events page where you can sign up, there's a whole list of things. It's like, bring your chair, bring some sunscreen, extra water doesn't hurt, you know, you'll need a license, you'll need this, like, they will tell you everything that you need, so there's no guesswork in it. We want you to show up prepared, and we certainly want you to show up and not be freaked out about the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department showing up and giving you a ticket, right? So which they will. Although we
oh,
have
I'm
a great
sure
relationship with them, so you know, it'll be okay. We'll take care of all of that. But yeah, we take care of you.
that's awesome. Yeah, and I'm in Virginia, and I know I have a lifetime license because Virginia, based on VA disability rating, um, you know, certain numbers or rates or whatever, you can get a lifetime license for free. So yeah,
Yeah.
I've been blessed with that. So
Yes, that's amazing. And every state is different, which is something I've lived in Texas my whole life. I just thought everybody did it this way because that's how we roll down here in Texas. But that's not true. And so yeah, the chapters that we tell you, we can't keep up with it. Certainly not my department, thank goodness, because I wouldn't want to have to build out that spreadsheet. But the chapter volunteers keep up with it. So
that's awesome. So, um, first of all, I want to find out if y'all do noodling. I've never done that as a catfisherman. I'm really curious to try it one day. I don't know how they don't get their fingers bit off, but
I
all
have
right.
no idea. No
So,
idea. No, we do not. That looks like a huge
oh,
liability. Okay, I'm just
it
gonna say
does,
that
doesn't
out
it?
loud, right? Like, you can find
Exactly.
noodling people to take you and do my cousin and his daughter did it, and
Oh
I'm
wow.
like, "That's wow." Yeah, it was
Yep.
something she really wanted to do for, like, high school graduation. I'm like, "Okay, we have a fascinating family because that's
That's an
just not the
interesting
sort of
bucket
thing you
list item.
normally
Yeah,
see."
that's awesome.
Yeah. But anyway, so no, there'll be no noodling, no ice
Okay.
fishing, okay?
No
There are
ice,
certain
even up
things
north.
you just
I actually figured some of your chapters up north might do ice fishing in the winter or something.
it's a whole other equipment situation,
It is, yeah.
right? And it
Hmm.
is something else. So it's these are things we talk about on the regular, and if we get
Sure.
enough interest in it, then we're open. Not the noodling. We're not at Keith, just so you know. We're not gonna be doing that. Um, so we are open to discussing it and figuring it out. But right now it's seasonal as it
Yeah.
should be. And even then we can't control the weather. And it
Hmm.
has to do a lot of people are like, but it's really sunny. And yeah, but the water temperature is really cold. And if you fell
Yeah.
in, it would be bad. So
Yeah.
yeah, safety is really important for us. You have to wear a PFD. You have to zip it up, even if you were a SEAL. Total respect for your training, but mm-mm. So
Yep.
yeah, it's important because you can't get what you need out of it if you're stressed about safety or
Risking.
any of
Yeah.
the other things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, as development director, like you do like the outreach and the partnerships and things of that nature. So,
Mhm.
when you're talking to potential partners, like I'm just curious, do you have like a mic drop story that like you can share, or you do
Oh,
share with them to like draw them in and make them think, yes, I
so
definitely want to get involved in this program.
so many mic drop stories. It's hard for me to pick. I could share with you the one that changed me personally, but I
Okay.
will say for anyone that's watching this, go to our website has a media page on it, and we also have a YouTube channel, and you should go and watch those videos, especially the one from Jason Austin, who works with us, and the one from Lisa Ramsey, who's a first responder law enforcement officer who was shot in the line of duty. And so she's paralyzed pretty much from her chest down, and we still take her kayak fishing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So
That's
they're
powerful.
really powerful, amazing stories. And I could sit here, we could be here for hours with me telling you. But I'll tell you a quick story about Brandon. It was when I was doing all of the content, and these were things that, again, I was talking about how I didn't understand, and I still don't. Look, I get it. I realize I'll never understand what you guys went through, never. And I'm honestly okay with it. I like like it's pretty intense situation, no matter what drew you to enlist in the first place. But Brandon, um was telling me his story, and he kept apologizing because he has a traumatic brain injury. And I'm like, you don't need to apologize. Like, just, tell me what you're comfortable with. And if you want to talk about something and make it off the record, just tell me that too. Right. Because sometimes when you're in the moment, you want to finish the story. Well, it turns out his unit was attacked by someone they thought was a friendly. But what shook me to the core of my being was his recall of the event. He could tell me which way the wind was blowing and what direction they were facing and the smells and the sounds. And it was so intense and so detailed that it was the story that after he finished, and then it ended on a high note. He was at BAMC and he found Heroes on the Water and how much it helped him. And, that was all amazing. But when he was done, I finished up and went and curled up in my chair and cried. And I'm like, I just can't. Like, I
Yeah.
can't. I felt really unworthy, to be honest. And then I decided these are things that nobody understands, and I'm going to do the best I can to help other people try to get a feel for what it's like. And there, here I am. So it
Yeah.
was a life-changing event. I didn't understand, because I'm super blessed, and I also thought that I was pretty worldly, and I found out that I'm not. I live in a pretty precious little bubble. Okay, you're right. Like I'm like, oh, Laura, you know nothing. And so feeling that level of blessing and overwhelm, just it changed my life. I'm like, you really are amazingly blessed to live in a country like this with people who are willing to make the sacrifices that have been made for us to be where we are now. And I just have never let that go.
Well, and I think we're equally as blessed to live in a country where folks like you are wanting and willing to help, because again, like I think about it, yeah, like for me, fishing, it's not even the catching of the fish. It's just again, I mean, I don't like busy fishing, so it's just sitting there,
Yeah,
watching the pole. Maybe it moves, maybe it doesn't, but if nothing else, I'm good, right? And I'm existing, and
yeah,
I'm in the moment, and I'm here. And there's a
yeah,
lot of healing in those moments. So
exactly. And I hear that a lot. It's the kayak fishing is one of the kayaking is one of the things, especially for our community that's been injured in some way, because
mm,
that makes a difference in your transition too, right? Whether it was sudden versus something that you chose. And, so for many of them, it's the first time they've been able to do something on their own. So
mm,
that's huge.
yeah.
And then they tell me, they're like, "The fishing gives me another mission, like, it focuses my brain so that I have another thing to focus on outside of." And then the other thing that they say a lot, and it's this way across the board regardless of whether it's a veteran or active duty or first responder, is the post-traumatic stress is like a static in your head, and it calms that static, it makes it go away. So I'm like, who am I to argue? They're the experts. I'm just here trying to, drum up awareness and get more supporters and donors so that we can keep fulfilling the mission.
Yeah, absolutely. So you ready to go get out there, stop hugging some trees and touching some grass kings and actually get out on the water?
Yeah, I'm ready. And I did not realize, I just found this out yesterday. The more you know. I didn't realize it was over 46,000. They said over 46,000 veteran organizations in the continental United States. 46,000. And that was mind blowing to me because I like, wow. So I just want to say thank you, Lord, for coming on to the show. And that's why I love VET S.O.S, right? Because it's so much, like you said earlier, Keith, there's so much noise out there, or you don't know whether it just too much where it's overwhelming to at least where we have, Laura, we have your organization come on here to show. So when a veteran over 200,000 transition every year will come across this podcast, like, wow, I didn't think that I could go fishing. I didn't think that, somebody could teach me how to fish, or like you said, we're not gonna cook it for you, right? We'll
Yeah,
bring you,
yeah, I know.
we'll bring you out to the water, we'll catch it, we'll show you how to clean it. But no, you're gonna have. So that right there alone has saved countless lives that did not know where to go, and like Keith said, sometimes they just want to go and just sit and listen.
Yeah.
And people's like, listen to what? Exactly nothing, because it's just so much noise. Just listen to
Yes.
nothing. What are you doing? Nothing, and it feels good.
Yeah, it's amazing. We've been around since 2007, and in that entire time frame, we've served over 70,000 veterans and first responders. So we're very and over 15,000 family members. So we're
Mm.
very proud of what we've done, and we hope that Jim is looking down on us and being proud of us as well because I mean, there's days it's not easy, but for me, it's a lot easier to get up and do something like this early in the morning than it is to, go back to my corporate job, which I did for a long time. So,
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah. I mean, you're spot on. I'm sure Jim is looking down. Like y'all are doing an amazing job. I looked y'all up. Like y'all are in my neck of the woods, so I'll be definitely reaching out to the Tidewater chapter of, in Virginia.
oh, they're great. Yeah, you're
Okay,
gonna have a
yeah,
great time with those guys.
okay, yeah. I'm looking forward to it. So, but unfortunately, we are at time, Laura. So we as we start to wrap this up, I do have two more questions for you before we go.
Sure.
One, what do you see the future of the organization in terms of growth or expansion or anything like that? And then two, how do people reach out and get in touch with you if they want to support and or learn more or support and help out the group?
So the vision for the organization is to provide recreational therapy and kayak fishing to anyone who wants it across the United States. So when you go and look at the map, you'll see, and it makes sense, but you'll see that there's some gaps sort of in the center where, you got to have some water to kayak fish. It's kind of necessary. Um, we're really at a capacity building state at the moment, which is one of the things that I'm super focused on to try to get people to support us is for example, I live in North Texas. I live in the Dallas area. There's over 8 million people that live here. There's a ton of transitioning veterans that come here, even though they've never lived here because of the job opportunities. Well, we have 2 chapters. They do an amazing job. We could easily accommodate 4. It's the same thing in Houston, right? If you think about any of those populated areas, we want to really focus and make sure that those are covered. And then again, anybody who, really wants it, we have a whole system to start a new chapter. It's on the website. So that it's part of your second question. Anything that you would like to do, volunteer, donate, support, start a new chapter, learn more about us, all of it is on our website. We try to make it as easy as possible. So you just go to heroesonthewater.org. Don't forget the little red donate button in the top because, development director. And
Absolutely.
and yeah, just go figure it out. There's a contact form on there. There's a drop down and it says, what do you want to do? And you just click it and it goes to the person who's supposed to handle it and you'll hear right back from us. It's easy.
Awesome. Well, Laura, thank you so much for coming on the show. All
Thank
the
you
stuff that
guys.
you
We
all
really
are doing.
appreciate it.
Yeah, no, y'all are doing some
Really.
amazing stuff, and I know
Thanks.
it's truly making a positive impact in the community. So, and for all y'all listening, if fishing for free sounds like something fun, I know it would to me. So yeah, definitely go out there, shoot, volunteer. I'm assuming the volunteers get free equipment too to work with, and maybe not. I don't know, but either way, you're out there helping folks. So yeah, if you don't have a chapter in your area, looking to start one, this could easily be a nationwide program, doing a lot of good. And on behalf of the entire VET S.O.S family, we want to thank everyone for spending their time with us today. It's always great having you along for the ride. Don't forget to check out all of our other episodes to include Kingsley's The Scoop, and keep coming back for more stories, insight, and support from the VET S.O.S crew. If you enjoyed this episode, give us a follow, share the show, or tell a friend or two. Toss your battle buddies, fire team, shipmates, and wingmen that flotation device they need in transition so no one has to drown in the sea of transition. And as always, remember to grab the VET S.O.S Lifeline.